Hi everyone, thanks for joining in today. This is Anna, scrapping, stamping, and stuff. And today we're going to make this really simple Easter card. Easter is coming up. We've got, a week and a half left here. And I've been going through my stamps and just trying to make a few Easter cards to give you some ideas of things to make. So today I've been using other coloring methods a lot, but today I'm going to show you how to use our watercolor pencils and blender pens to color the rabbit and give that really soft look to it. So we're going to use the Fable Friends stamp set. I just love this. These are so cute for Easter, springtime, kids, babies. We've got the little bunny who looks like Peter Rabbit, the little squirrel, the goose or ducks, and then some really nice greetings that go with them. So show you what we are going to need. I have my card base, measures 4.25 by 8.5, got it folded in half. We need a piece of white cardstock that measures 3.25 by 4.25. This is a piece of paper from our Subtles Designer Series papers. I really like these because you can order them. We have them in our different color collections, and you get some printed paper with each of the colors in that color collection. They're double-sided. So on one side you get different prints than on the other side, and that's just nice to always have some prints in your collection for any of the colors. So this is the balmy blue color. This piece measures 3 inches by 4 inches. Got a couple of scraps here that I'm going to need: some extra white cardstock, some extra from this blue, and then a little piece of, this is petal pink. I think I forgot to mention that. This one measures 1 5/8 by 3 1/8, and then a piece of white that measures 1.5 by 3 inches. So I think we'll go ahead first and do, and this is some of our, let's see what it's called, petal pink, probably metallic edge ribbon, I'm guessing is what it's called. Love this stuff. All of our metallic edge ribbons are just so pretty. So that's a really nice one. So we'll go ahead and do our stamping first. So we need the smaller piece of white cardstock and then the extra white scrap that I mentioned. So we are going to use this Easter greeting stamp as well as little Peter Rabbit and some basic gray ink. So we'll ink up the rabbit, stamp him right here. And Easter greetings will stamp, and I'll go ahead and punch this out. This is our 1 1/4 inch punch, and I am going to use the 1 3/8 inch scallop circle to punch out of this blue designer paper, and we will use that to mat the little greetings. So I'll go ahead and stick those together. Now let's look at how to color this rabbit. So like I said, I've been using my blends markers a lot. I've been using my aqua painters a lot, but I thought I would try something different today, change it up a little. I wanted to have this look really faded and soft. So I got out my watercolor pencils, and sometimes when you use your watercolor pencils, I guess the normal way to use them would be to color right on whatever you're coloring. Today we're going to do this a little bit different with the blender pens, and to get that really soft look, I am going to put the blender pen onto the tip of the pencil and pick up some of that color. And when you first try this, I would suggest that you practice a little bit, because the harder you push, the more color you're going to pick up, and you don't want to get too much right away. You can always go back and add more if you don't get enough, but you don't want to pick up too much right away. So I'm going to add just a little bit in the center of the ears. This is, I'll mention this, this is the Calypso Coral watercolor pencil. This is Pacific Point, and this one is Early Espresso. So those are the colors I'm using. I just wanted a little bit in the ears and on the nose, and to get the darker color on the buttons, I'm just gonna press a little bit harder and add that color. So now, to get rid of the Calypso Coral color on the blender pen, I am just going to color on my scrap paper for a minute until I don't see any of that color left, and I am going to move on to my next color. So next I will do Pacific Point, and with this blue I have to be really careful and not pick up much at all. Just barely touch it to the tip of that pencil, and as you can see, it still picks up quite a bit. But once you get that color on there, you can spread it out some. You do have to be careful not to try to move the color around too much. If you go back and forth across the paper too many times, it will start to kind of tear or destroy your paper. So you don't want to go back and forth too much. So I'm going to tell a little story right now, since a lot of you are at home with coronavirus going on too. So I tell the kid, we have 4 kids, so they're around doing projects and, you know, whatever we've asked them to do for the day. And so I tell them, like, okay, I'm going to do my video for the day, everybody be quiet. So they're being quiet, but I'm guessing that you can still hear them. Did I get the wrong color of... Oh, nope, I forgot to clean my blender pen out before I moved on to the brown. So I'm getting this gray look because I messed up. See, that is what it should look like. It should look brown. But since I already got some gray on here, I think I may actually switch and try and do this one in gray. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Since I messed up, we'll try and match something similar to that and just keep going with this. So where I was headed was 2 of the kids were out in the yard making slime here a little bit ago, the girls were, and the front door has opened, I'm not sure how many times, but it was just standing open for like a really lot longer than it should have been. And I have to behave myself because I'm on video, so I can't yell at anybody to shut the front door. So tell me what's happening with you and your kids. If you have kids at home, I'm sure you've had lots of adventures with them. So like I said, on that one I used the early espresso color. On this one I am using our basic gray. So we're going to have a little gray bunny this time. It was a mistake at first, but that's okay. There's always a way to fix your mistakes. Whoever I send this card to will have no idea that that bunny was supposed to be brown. I like to apply this color. See how I'm doing that up and down? If I get little streaks in it that are darker, I would rather them be up and down than side to side, because side to side would look rather unnatural, I think. So we'll do that now. If you want to do more shading, you can. I haven't really mentioned shading yet, but you can go back and get some more and add some more color down here at the bottom. See how that's going to give a nice shaded effect. So I'll do a little bit of that just to show you that you can get some really nice shading with these. I love the blender pens because you can shade so well with them, but this is a really nice way to get some of that shading with a really faded effect. Put a little bit of dark on the side of little Peter's face.
Who's Peter?
And who's Peter, Kelsey wants to know.
Oh.
The little bunny. You helped me make this card the other day, didn't you?
No.
You didn't help me? Oh yeah, you didn't help me make this one. Okay, so that gives some nice shading. I think I'm going to go back and add in some shading. Kelsey. Jeez. Add in some shading on the jacket.
Here we go.
Make it a little bit darker at the bottom. Make it a little bit darker on his elbows. Add in a little bit there in the creases. So that really adds a lot, I think. I will clean my blender pen out this time on my paper so that I don't pick it up next time and use it with blue still in it. So there's the rabbit. Now we just need to attach our pieces together. My blender pen keeps wanting to roll back. Okay, so we are going to attach this onto this small piece of petal paint cardstock. Got those ready. We can attach the blueprint to the bigger piece of white. And now I want to attach this ribbon, which this is about 17 inches long. I am going to wrap this around, tie a bow. Not sure why I'm holding this differently than normal. I will never tie a bow if I'm holding it the wrong way. So for all of you who can't see this, I just gave my child the evil eye because she's over here trying to whisper to me. The next couple days, she'll probably be back helping me with these videos again. The other kids are going to be back at their mom's, and that means she is going to be attached to my hip probably. So if you have missed her in these videos, don't you worry, she'll be back. So I got the bow tied. I don't have my snips handy, so I would cut off this little edge, but I don't have my snips with me. So we will go ahead. I decided on this one not to place this in the center. I will place this one in the center. That way, if you want to see what that looks like, we can do that. And then I am going to attach the rabbit and the greeting with some dimensionals. So stick those on the back. And I just want to slide this right under that bow. So that you can still see all the bow. And I debated where to put this greeting on this one. So I'm going to put this one in the other place that I was looking at. I've been looking at there, maybe here. You could put that wherever you want. But there we go. Cute little Easter card made with our Fable Friends stamp set. And you could, like I said, you could use these for baby cards. You could use these for a lot of things. It does have the darling baby greeting in it. So you could make this exact same card with that greeting and use these for baby cards. So thanks for joining in, everybody. Hope to see you next time.